Hey guys, this is episode number three, and someone asked a question about dating. What are you going to do if kids don't like your girlfriend? Um, and that happened to me. I brought home a girl, and right away both kids hated her. She's the worst. She's mean. She's this. She's that. And I knew she wasn't. And a lot of guys would say, "Hey, kids first. You got to get rid of the girl." But you got to understand where the kids are coming from, and this is important. The kids are going to look at the new girlfriend as if, really, as if she's a replacement. Oh, she's going to try to be my mom. It's not the case. It doesn't have to be the case. Or she's what's stopping my dad from being with my mom. Again, it's not the case. They just don't want someone new. They're trying to get used to this situation, and then you have this whole new thing. And for a guy to come in, they naturally trust their mother more. I mean, they're more nurturing. I mean, it's just how it is. And we as men, we have to work through that. And it's not easy. I mean, one of my kids was like, "Yeah, I'm not going to be around whenever she's around. I'm not coming. I'm just not doing it. If she's over, I'm not coming over." And my girlfriend lived in Ohio at the time, and so when she came down to visit, it was a big deal, and it hurt. It wasn't easy, and I ask him, convince him, and I do special things with him. I turn around and be like, "Hey, look, man, you and I, let's go do something special together." And I wouldn't bring it up. I wouldn't talk about it. I mean, that's not what it's about. It's not about talking about it. It's not about, constantly, having that conversation. If you can work it in and your kid is old enough to have that kind of conversation, man, go for it, please. I mean, it would be fantastic to have that kind of conversation and reason with them and really try to get them to understand. But, in my case, it wasn't going to happen. And when she moved down after 2 years of dating, she moved down, and he was just like, I'm never coming over your apartment again because she's there. And now they have a great relationship, because we worked through it, we pushed through it. And one thing to remember is that you have to be happy. That's part of why you got a divorce in the first place. Is you can't be happy and healthy for your kids unless you yourself are happy and healthy. And a buddy of mine, he didn't appreciate his stepfather for like 25 years. you know and then when he got older, he finally realized, wow, my stepdad was a good guy. Not this is me, is a friend of mine. He lives in California, and it's really tough to skirt that line between what's right for you and what's right for the kids, because I always preach, kids got to come first, kids got to come first. But you really are still putting them first. You're trying to have a family, you're trying to build that relationship with them, you're trying to go ahead and have a completion there, to it they have that kind of figure with you as well, and to show them that a family can survive, a family can build, a family can grow. And it's just not an easy thing for a child to understand. And you can't just go off. I mean, you're not going to let the kid make all the decisions in your life. You just can't. You're not going to sit there and say, "Hey, you're 12, you're 10, you're 6, you're 4. What you say, that's all that matters. I'm just going to make you happy," because you're going to miss out on some of the greatest things you'll ever, experience. The kids are afraid to do things. Don't understand things. Kids don't, want to try that new thing. But when you get them to, sometimes they like it. Sometimes they love it. Sometimes they have to learn to love it. And we as adults, that's our job, to try to push them through it. And being with someone new is that thing. I mean, you don't just shove them right in front of them and be like, "Hey, here she is." You can't do that either. But you slowly introduce them. Like my girlfriend, she came in, and you know she stayed over the house, and we were still dating, and I introduced them, and then we had dinner, and then we put them to bed, and I put them to bed myself. Of course, they had a lot of questions. Who is she? What's she doing? Is she going to be here tomorrow? And I was honest with him. Yeah, yes, this is someone that daddy cares about, and that's why you're meeting them. And she didn't meet them for the first 8 months, 9 months. I mean, you got to take some time. You got to feel her out and make sure that when you introduce them, you think she could be something special. I mean, you should pretty much try to know she's something special, but you have to believe it. If she's just some girl you're dating, you know, do you really want to do that? I mean, some psychologists might tell you, oh, it's good so the kids understand what dating is, and me personally, I don't want. They just went through divorce. They don't need to see people coming and going, in their lives. They need some stability, and so when you know that that person is someone special, and you know that this person is going to be around for a long time, you introduce them. So I would say, dinner, maybe something fun like a fair, maybe something like Legoland, or something, a vacation, or who knows. You can figure it out yourself. Bowling. My kids love to bowl, so we took them bowling a couple of times. We took them to an arcade, and let her have some one-on-one time with each of them, just a little bit, like 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and you let them just try to feel each other out, and formulate what it is, and then you give her, don't even give her any warnings about him, like, oh, he's a smart ass, or oh, he's gonna try to push your buttons, or you got to watch out for him saying this or that. And no, you just warn her, hey, he likes to run. Yeah, of course, she has to know that. But about their personality, they have to learn to feel each other out, and she has to be just as uncomfortable as they are, because then she'll be more empathetic to that situation. She'll be more willing to put herself out there, and as the adult of someone that cares about you, she's gonna care about the kids, and she's gonna want to be there for them, but she can't push, and she can't say a lot of things. She just has to, maybe not be their buddy, but not be their mom either. She never say, oh, I'm not going to replace your mom unless something like that comes up. But really, that should be your job to handle regardless. Her job would really be just to be there. Be that, maybe that guide between the two. Like, my kids now will go them, and be like, hey, dad yelled a lot, yesterday, and you know and she'll come to me, hey, he said that, he felt like he yelled a little bit too much. Okay, all right, I'll think about the day. Maybe I'll go and apologize, or maybe I'll go and just talk to him in general about what happened that day. And she's become, an invaluable gap to really kind of fill, and something that maybe, that they might be more comfortable and warm feeling, to try to make that happen. And like I said, it wasn't easy. I mean, they wouldn't come over the house. They wouldn't talk to us. The first time I finally got my oldest to come with us, we went to the zoo. We went for a walk, and I was like, look, our zoo has a really nice big water area, and so I turned around and I was like, okay, with a really nice big water area, look, I can't watch you and your brother at the same time when when you guys are running around the water area, so is it okay if she comes? If you don't want her to come, well, leave her in the apartment, and that's fine. Maybe you'll change your mind for dinner. That'd be great. Maybe we'll go someplace special. You can pick the restaurant and she'll meet us there. And he was like, you know what? No, it's okay. Fine. Just bring her. Just have her come. Okay, great. He got what he wanted, because he wanted to go to the zoo to do the water park and dinner. But I got the opportunity to bring her, and so it was a win-win scenario for everybody. And then I would watch him while she was with the youngest, and then we switched without him knowing. And then he looked around. He goes, he's looking around. He was looking around, and she goes up to him. She goes, you okay? He goes, where's Dad? He's right over there with with your brother. Oh, so you're watching me now? Yeah. Yeah. Would you like anything? Would you like me to get you a drink? Yeah, I'm thirsty. Okay, order a drink. What do you want to drink? Gatorade. Okay, no problem. Went and got our Gatorade. Brought him back a Gatorade. And that kind of started him warming up. Like, huh, maybe she's not all that bad. Maybe she's okay. And it's it's that bridging moment that you have to try to get to have happen. It's got to happen naturally. You can try to put people in a situation where that opportunity is there, and you got to hope that they grab onto it. But don't let the kids make that decision for you, whether she's the right one or not, because they're not old enough to. And if you're not happy, then you're not going to be good for them. They want to see the happy dad. They want to see the fun dad. They want to see, the dad who smiles and laughs, not the one who's alone and miserable watching television by himself every day. They want to see that dad who has joy in his life. My kids started seeing me smile, when finally I started going to car shows and started doing other things that I started learning were about me. And then when I had her, when we started dating, they were like, wow, dad seems to be really happy right now. Like, we thought he was happy before, but now he's really happy. Yeah, and he's joking around a lot more. He's being pretty amazing. And it was that moment, and then I even pointed it out to him. I made him remember. I'm like, hey, Logan, remember you said, Dad, you seem much happier right now. You don't seem stressed. You don't seem. He's like, yeah. I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, look. I mean, this is why. I mean, she's really helping me. She's really there for me. It's someone I really care about, and I want her to be part of us. You see your mom dating, and you're okay with who she's bringing home, but what about why can't I have someone too? So don't you think I deserve someone? It's like, yeah, but not her. I'm like, well, why not? Well, she's mean. Well, what has she done that's mean? Well, I don't know. She just is. Okay. I'm like, well, when she's mean, talk to me, because maybe we could talk to her about it, and maybe she doesn't know she's being mean. I mean, she's from a different, area of the country from us. She's a different lifestyle than we are, So maybe we just don't understand each other yet, but I think we can get there. And now, I don't think they'd want to be without her. I mean, they go over the apartment when I'm not even home. They'll go stay with her because they want to, and it's a huge moment for everybody. And it's just a really good thing. It's tough to break through, and it's hard to do it. And you have to be patient with the kids. Like, if he didn't want to come, he doesn't want to come. And you make that stand, and they're gonna feel like, oh, you're choosing her over me. I said, no, I'm really not. You're choosing her over me. You're choosing that you don't want to be with her, so you're not going to be with me. And I'm not going to make that choice, because I want everybody. And and when I said it like that, it clicked in his head, like, oh wow. And I'm like, and Logan, I told him, I said, buddy, it hurts. I don't want you to think it doesn't hurt me, because it absolutely hurts me, because I want to spend every minute I can with you. I don't get enough time with you as it is. I love you, and you're my son, and you're my blood, and I help bring you in this world. I mean, I'm with you when you're sick, and I'm holding your hand, and I take you to the doctors, and when you're in the hospital, I was right there with you. I took off work and I flew home cross country just to be with you. I said, so I love you. I can't. I'm not going to make this choice. I said, I don't want you to have to make this choice either. So just give her a chance. If something's wrong with her, we can work it out. And if we can't, well, then I know we can't. And then, yeah, maybe something has to happen. But I'm not ready to make that decision yet, because you're not even giving her the chance to make the decision. And, it doesn't click right away. It never clicks right away. But it can click, and it will click eventually. And maybe not those words you can use, but maybe another way, another system. I mean, you can bribe them, you can talk to them, you can reason with them, you can put them in that situation where they have no choice. And I did it all. And can't even tell you which one worked. You know, one of them finally worked. You know, and now she's with them. You know, doing homework and stuff, and and then when she's with homework, yeah, they get frustrated, yeah, they get mad, and they're like, oh, oh, she's so mean. And I say no. I said, I, I, I'm going to tell you to do the same thing. She's doing it because she loves you. She loves you. You need to do your homework, or you need to eat dinner, or you need to take a shower, you need to brush your teeth. I said, you know what you need to do. Don't put her in the position to where you're going to get mad at her for telling you what you need to do in life. I said, if you just do it, life's great. And now my kids, they wake up, they do make their bed, and they do brush their teeth. We don't have to tell them anymore. And they realized, wow, it's a lot easier. Yeah, homework is always a problem. No kid wants to do homework. Absolutely. We all know that. But they're willing to do it with her. Sometimes they'd rather do it with her than me. And it just works out better. So, the moral of them trying to get to here is, there's a lot of different ways to bring it up to your kids, but don't let your kids decide your happiness until you have to make that decision. If they're not willing to give her the chance, you can't give yourself the negativity of making the wrong choice. Don't let them make you make that choice. Okay, your happiness is just as important to the family as everybody else's. And it's really important to remember that for yourself. Thank you.